Greetings, everyone. I know people are not used to me going live right now. I'm just waiting for a few more people to come inside the room so we can kind of go over what happened last night. Let me try to fix this camera, see if I can zoom in just a little bit so we can explain what happened last night. Horrible, horrible what happened last night. So we're just waiting for a few more people to get into the room. This is why a lot of times I play some music to let people get into the room first. So we're going to play some music, just letting people to come inside the room. Especially one of my favorites is going to be Three Before Joy, and then we're going to come right back inside the room. Just giving some people time to get here. That's all we're doing. We're going to be right back. We're coming right back, Sister Susan. We're just going to play this song, let some people get inside the room, and we're going to explain some things that is definitely going on that needs to be explained. So you all stand back just for a second, and we're going to, well, I see people coming in the room. I'm going to give some more information. Not going to play this song all the way through, but just a little bit of it. And because I want to give some information about this free CD, but we need to explain some things that are going on. So you all stand by.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Now your faith was strong, but you needed proof when you saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you, and she tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew a hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
All right, we're here. Let me tell you all, it was terrible last night. What happened with our live stream? Um, what happened was I went online to bring in the Bomb of Gilead radio show, and when I did that, it terrible, just terrible. The upload stream was running at like 2 megabytes, 2.1. On other websites, I got something like 0.5 at best. At best, that's what we got. And so I knew we had a problem because as soon as I went online, I started seeing things very blurry, very blurry. And so I instantly looked at the upload speed, and right away it was terrible. Now, like now, it's great. It's great, but I can't have what we had last night happen again. I'm trying to fix my blurry camera here. I'm looking at it; it's very blurry. But anyway, so what I decided to do was I did a test on it last night. I ended up calling up Xfinity while we were streaming, and they told me, they says, "Oh yeah, your service is really bad." The download speed was great, and I was getting something like 800, 900 megabytes. And to explain that in layman terms, your download speed is stream. That's when you're watching movies. It's what you download. It's the information that you're getting from the internet down to your devices. And a lot of I pay for 1 gigabyte, 1 gigabyte, and I do that because that's the only way I can get a high upload service. And I'm explaining the difference. The download means that if I downloaded a movie, I can get it like within 1 minute. I can get a 2 hour movie downloaded to my device in 1 minute. I'm not so concerned about that. What I want is the upload. And that's what information coming from my computer out to the internet. And in order to stream properly, you need exactly about a good, they say 5, some people say 10 megabytes of upload speed. Well, I have 40. I have a business related upload. So if you're going to be taking information from your computer and uploading it, you want it to get there quicker. So like if I was sending a large file, sometimes it could take as much as 15, 20 minutes because you're uploading a file. But the service that we have at allows us to do it a lot quicker rate. So I should be getting up to 40 megabytes. I didn't get that last night. I got 2, at best 2. Worse was 0.5. So it affected everything. So I ended up cutting off in the middle of the stream. I called up Comcast. I was very upset. I couldn't figure out what was going on. But we had a big storm, a lot of lightning, and basically it had an impact on my modem. This morning when I woke up, I was supposed to be there at 10 o'clock to exchange the modem for a better modem. But I just happened to check the upload speed and it was back at 40. I like sharing this stuff with you all because accountability is paramount to me. It's paramount. So when something happens and it don't work out, you need to let people who help you be on the internet know what happened. And I'm going to show you how this upload thing works real quick. Hold on 1 second. Because I'm able, there went my camera again. Let me see here. I'm able to show that to you so you can kind of see how that runs. And I do that because you all are the ones that make my streaming possible. And I thank you for that. So because you do that, I always like to share what happens and what's going on. So here's my I'm gonna do a live upload test so you can see how that works. And it's all about upload speed when you're streaming live. So I'm gonna do what they call a live upload test so y'all can kind of see how that works. Especially those that are always here with us. Let me see if I can get rid of some of this stuff on the side here so I don't have to look at that so you can see it directly. Let me see, hide sidebar. I don't like that sidebar look, but that didn't work. Anyway, let's just do a run. We're going to run a test. And this is a site called Test My Net. I'll try this one. So it's going to test my upload speed. And when you'll be able to see the results of it. So it's testing it last night. Last night I had right now it's running, as you can see this number right here, 29. That 29 is big. That's pretty good when you're uploading at 29.4 megabytes per second. Streaming, you need at least for a good site, you need at least some say between 5 and 10. That's a big difference, 5 and 10, but that's not what we have. We have quite larger than that. That's just on one site. When I go to other sites, of course, it's better than that, and that's important to get that. So let me go to another site and see if I can get it. I'm gonna go to Google and this is important because when you don't come on and you tell people that thank you for what they do, and then all of a sudden you can't get it, you need to explain to people. Here's one called speedtest.net, and this is a pretty reliable, and I have Xfinity, and it's going to test my speed right now. And as you can see, I pay for 1 gigabyte, but you're not going to really get 1 gigabyte. So 934, I'm about, let's see, 938. I'm about 70 less of a gigabyte, but look at the upload speed. I pay up to 40, but this report from the individuals that I get the internet from, they're saying it's at 40. But you really can't go with what your internet company says. So you have to go with some others out there to see what they say. Just see what they say. Here's one called Speed Test Internet. So I'm going to test them to see what they say about my internet provider. Now we got 900 and some download speed. We're going to see what this site says that I get. So they're saying I'm only getting, let's see. We'll wait till this test is complete here because I just did upload. Okay, so my upload is 37, which is good. That's what I was concerned about, 37. The 195 they didn't do. That's a download. They didn't complete that, but they were doing this. I wanted the upload speed. So that's not so bad. It's not so bad at all. And there's so many others that you can go to, like testmyinternetspeed.org. I never tried this one, but I'm gonna try it and just see what they say here. What my upload, download, upload, all like that is. Here's the one that they're doing is the upload. That's the one I'm concerned about there. Okay. So they say 17. Again, that's not so bad. So just to share that with you of how that works. It works because Again, you need anywhere about 10. We use something called StreamYard. And again, thank all of you all for that support, either financially or through prayers or just by sharing this channel. You make that possible. And so I just wanted to say thank you for what you do and making this social media ministry possible. I was on a network today sharing with, I think it was on Berean TV, and they were just talking about how ministries today, a lot of people don't know how to go live. A lot of people are not streaming. So I stream from home as well as from the congregation every Sabbath. Every Sabbath, when we go live at 1 o'clock, we have a complete social media ministry with a team working on pushing everything out. They're not they're learning as you do this. They're learning as well, and they do a good job. Although there's a lot of things I want improvement on, but they are learning, and um, they get paid a very minimal amount, in my opinion, is what we do for them because they're doing it voluntarily. But I do give them something for their time and effort and just going over there to do something. And we have the people working the cameras. Sometimes we only put up one camera because we're not trying to be fancy with multiple shots and angles, although we could put up as many as 5 cameras at one time. But during COVID, we just don't have the staff to work all of those cameras. So we just use one front camera like I do from home. But the internet speed that we have there is the best that a business can get. And so when I saw that that was flawless and I started to stream at home because I didn't have the staff to go down there during the week. And a lot of times you would tell people, come on, let's meet. They'd say that they would be there. You say you're going to go live. And then you don't, you get there and people are not there. I remember when I first met Sister Linda Vickers, I told people I was going to go live for a Bible study from the congregation. And my team could not make it. They could not make it. They had, these were college students who just didn't have the transportation. And their hearts were good, but they just didn't have the transportation to get there. So there was a little mix up on transportation and how people were going to get there. And I ended up trying to do it myself. I remember, you remember that, Sister Vickers? I had my own camera set up, looking at the camera, trying to use a keyboard to go back and forth on the scriptures and all like that. But then when we became a lot more serious, and then we got a blessing at the congregation where a production company wanted to use our studio during the week to tape television shows, talk shows. And so in return, their equipment is there, and we have grant access to it. So even when they leave, they leave the camera equipment, and it's for our use. And whenever they move on, they're leaving their entire setup there. So that's a production company called All for Your Glory Production. And so we were very fortunate. We were this far getting ready to spend probably about $15,000. And then this came through. It's just like about 2 months ago, about 6 weeks ago, we had some issues with digital, and someone came down. We needed to get a digital mixer. Well, we got there and somebody had purchased a digital mixer, very expensive. Somebody had purchased it. The same crew. They said, "Hey, we need to upgrade the mixer." When we got there, and it was kind of comical because the musician had gave me the specs of different ones out there that we needed to go get. And so I was looking at them. I had spoke to our church treasurer, and I said, "Hey, man, we need to get this. We're going to have to do it, and we have to get microphones, and we're going to have to do this because now that we're streaming, the quality needs to be better. If we're going to sing, we need something a lot better, and it's still not perfect because it's a learning curve of the equipment." So when the musician was telling me about the equipment and what we needed to get and the various options, digital equipment is pretty much, I don't want to say the same, but basically it's whether you want to have 4 channels, 8 channels, 12 channels. And that means how many microphones you can hook up or how many different inputs. And that's what they call channels. So when he got there, about 2 weeks later, there was, I think it's a 10 or 12 channel digital mixer there. And so he thought I had went out to get it. And I thought he went out to go get it because I gave him the approval. I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's have some more discussions on it, but pretty much we're going to roll with it. So I just thought he went to go get something. And he was just going to give us a tab. And he thought I had purchased it. Well, neither one of us did. It was the production company that's there throughout the week. They purchased it. So that's how the Almighty works. And that was about a $3,000 savings right there. So we have been very blessed in getting doors like that open. So at home, through your giving, whether you give through the ministry or directly through Patreon, because our treasurer is aware of both sources or through our phone app, we monitor that to make sure that every dollar that comes in, we spend as we say that we're going to spend. So, and a note on that, if you want to give, you can do it right there and do that. That's patreon.com. You can do that and give, and that's how you can do that. But it's patreon.com/, and then of course, it's the $, Bethel House of God for our ministry account. And when you give like that, we keep track of it. And at the end of the year, you get a report so you can write it off. So anyway, we last night was just horrible. The upload speed was running at best from 0.5 to 2 point, and it's supposed to be at least up to 40. Between 30 and 40 is where it usually runs. So I could not do anything last night. And again, it was because of the storm. It took something out. So I'm going to go today, but I could not go. I was supposed to be there at 10 o'clock. I couldn't go because my wife and daughter, my wife is working from home and my daughter is at home because of this pandemic with school. And of course, I couldn't do it. They needed the computer up until 11 o'clock. So I'm going to go switch it out. Brother Asa Fingers is in the room. He knows what this is like. He and I have had lots of conversations because of his show. Y'all go over there and check him out. Because of his show, he has a teaching ministry. He is one of the main musicians in Riverdale at the Israel of God. Very, very good musician. But he also has a show. And we've talked about the different platforms and the software and our intros, outros, all of that. It's expensive. Brother Asa would tell you it's expensive. He and I was just talking and he says, Pastor, what are you using for this, and that? And just sharing information. He says, yeah, is there another way around it? And we always find creative ways. And I used to have those creative ways of trying to do it using iMovie, using Final Cut Pro, having some of these students put together stuff as a class project. We would be their project. We would be their intros and outros. And I got creative. There's a college called City University, City College here in Fort Lauderdale. I think it's what they call it, City College. And they have these they have these courses. So, you know, you go up there and you meet people and you introduce yourself to students who are in that field, in the production field, and you tell them, say, hey, listen, you know, can you, because they have the equipment, and you say, hey, you want to make an intro, a 30-minute intro for me, or a minute intro, and it's for our church, and we'll give you the credits, and we'll pay you. You know, we'll pay you $50, and man, they get so excited. And then next thing you know, they got they said, well, we're going to make this our class project, and we got it's a team of 8, and they're doing all of this stuff, and that's how it does. So as it says, the wake up show, that's what he's got, the wake up show. That's 9 a.m. every Central Time every Sabbath. So y'all check him out. But he would tell you, listen, Brother Rodney, how you doing? I was just over in the chat room with Brother Rodney on Berean TV. Shout out to Brother Berean. And they was just talking about a lot of ministries are not ready to do ministry on social media. And because it costs. And StreamYard costs, that's a monthly service. Ecamm costs. Ecamm is what I use as a camera software system, and that works in the background, and I'm able to do commercials. I'm able to do that's all through Ecamm. And what I'm able to use over there. Ecamm is a software. Although I have a camera set up, I'm able to do things like use their software to zoom in and out like this. I have a camera, but I don't have a camera person. So I have to use their software to use my camera to zoom in and out. That's how I do that. And that helps. That helps when you're doing it from home. But my system at home, again, thanks to you all that do give and pray, I'm able to produce other shows remotely right here. That's the level of service that we have. So a few weeks ago, I was able to actually produce the Balm of Gilead show right here, although somebody was in Illinois, the other person was in Atlanta. But if I had to do that last night with my internet, it would not have happened. It would not have happened with an upload speed of 0.5 to 2 megabytes. It just would not have happened. When you're supposed to have, if you're streaming yourself, you want to have at least 5 if you're going directly from your computer. But if you go through a cloud-based system, like I am now, right now I'm going through a service called StreamYard. So I'm actually uploading from my computer to their system, which is through their website, or what we call a cloud, and it's spreading out in multiple places. And that's why people use a system like that, because you're able to stream on, I think, up to 10 different platforms, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, Instagram. If I had all of those, I could stream out by going through this particular company in a cloud to all of those places all at one time. I only stream to 2. And we just recently started to stream through Facebook, and that's what we're doing now. In fact, some of the comments on Facebook are not coming over because I have to go over there and allow those people to come in. Let me do that right now. Particular company in the cloud. Let me cut this down. All of those places. so they can come on and they could make sure that they can come in and we could see their comments as well. So yeah, so that's something. So that's why sometimes you'll see comments coming from Facebook, because this service allows us to do that. And so, but we were over there, Brother Rodney. We were over there. I was talking about what that conversation was today. I don't want to jump around in conversations, but we were talking about on that particular channel that a lot of people who are used to being inside of a building, if you were not already streaming and you don't have the learning curve down, a lot of ministries are hurting right now. The Israel of God has been streaming for a long time. This is nothing new to the Israel of God. I've been around Pastor Bowie and the Israel of God for about 4 years now, 3 to 4 years. And they helped me, inspired me to take our local streaming to a top level. So we were already streaming on Facebook, but not at that level of magnitude. The Israel God is what we call at a level 4. That's the top level that you can ever go through in streaming. And that means you're using software and hardware to go live. And the hardware is your computer. You have professional cameras and audio equipment with it going directly from your computer live. And they were using a system that we have and still have, and that was called help me, Brother Azza, the system that you all were using over there. We have it. We stopped using it because we started to go to a system called ATEM through Blackmagic. This other company, they just was not keeping up. Now, if you have that equipment, it's good. It's good to use. Help me, Brother Az. I think you know what I'm talking about. The system that you all have. We had that. They had the bigger machine. We had the smaller machine where you could, I think, use 2 cameras. And theirs, you can have up to like, I think 8 cameras going through it. It was the same system. And then a company called Blackmagic came out, and they came out with a system called the ATEM, and you were able to go through multiple platforms, as well as the camera equipment was all digital. And you forgot, I forgot too. It's a good system, but they were using what we call standard definition cameras, and then everybody started to go over to digital cameras. And so when this All for Your Glory production studio came in, and we were getting ready to upgrade our system, but they came in with this system called Blackmagic. That's the name of the company, and they used something called the ATEM hardware device that takes digital cameras, capture it, and it pushes it out on the internet using digital cameras. So when we went with that system, and then we had digital cameras, we had to take the other system that we had just purchased. When I tell you we had just purchased it as a old technology, because it was standard definition where you can hook up your regular camcorder, and the cameras that were standard definition were going down in price because everybody's switching over to digital cameras. The 4K was very new, but those standard definition cameras put out a good product. So we said, let's buy the product that's going out. It's sort of like buying a 2019 car in 2020, so that's what we did. But then that company came in production, and they use our studio. And we do have a professional studio at our congregation with the lighting, the staging, all the different color lights. We did that. That was the first thing we did. And that is why that company came in. They came there for something else. They saw it, approached us with the partnership program that we jumped on, and so but that system went out. But we were talking, if pastors and ministries were not already streaming, it's rough. It's rough. And I get so many calls and emails from pastors. Can you help me? Can you help me? In fact, I've even donated some equipment. I donated the use, not the equipment. I donated the use of our cameras and some of our hardware so that they can go live, because the pastor in South Florida, they said that we're now the epicenter for the COVID. And so they put even further restrictions on us, and a lot of people were not coming. He says, Pastor, how do I do it? How do I do this Zoom? How do I go YouTube? We have to do it. I've got musicians who know how to play, but I don't have anybody that knows how to do this. And so we're reaching out to you. So the pastor actually came down from West Palm Beach. He actually came to my home so I could show him what we were doing here from the home. And I said, this home setup is what a church should have. And so I showed it to him, and he was like, man, I don't know if I can do that. I mean, those cameras. So I run over. I had already put some cameras in my trunk of my car to bring home from the ministry from Bethel that I knew that we were not using. Very good cameras, 2,000. One camera's like 2,200. The other one's like 1,500. And I had them. And I knew that I was going to let him use them. They were building the church from the ground up, and then to get caught like this, they were renting from a building, and they just didn't have it. So we get blessed. So I says, take this equipment, go on Zoom, pay for it. And now I have to follow up with them to see how they're doing. But if you were not already doing it, a lot of people got caught off guard, or unless you had the money to actually pay out a company to do it. And that's why you see all these companies like Live Streaming Pros and all of these people, they were flying around the country, going up and setting up people to do this. And I was just really just trying to help people for free. There's a friend of mine, and he was trying to, he's First State Ministry, and he called me up and he says, hey, what do I do? How do I do it? And I helped him. He knew he had a problem when he went online on a Sunday morning. He was using a prayer line, and he had one of those free prayer lines. And he says, well, we're going live from the phone. And they were really excited. And they had everything set up, and they went to go call the number, and the line was busy for about 30, 45 minutes until somebody found another service, and they had to scramble and sending out text messages, call this number. This service is available. They had to pay for it. And so all of that took over. And you all know we had Zoom. We were using Zoom. Then Zoom changed their plan. And I was paying $40 a month for the top tier service, $49 a month for the top tier service. And then they took it to a $199 plan, $200 plan, just to start off. And then if you wanted 4K, then they added some more to it. And the more people you want, they added more to it. And so I got outpriced. I was very upset with Zoom, and they just cut features off. Literally, I could not get the technical support live. And so they had me going back and forth in the email, and I'm trying to call a number, and they said, your service does not receive technical phone support. So I had 24-hour technical support, and before the pandemic, I could call, and I always got somebody on the phone. I don't care what time it was, I got somebody on the phone. But what they said, yeah, well, you still get free technical support, but if you look at your contract, it says technical support. You don't have phone support. I said, but I've always called on the phone and got somebody. Yeah, but because of the overload, the universities, the schools, and all like that, that you can still, if you want the phone support, that plan, you have to get the $199 plan just to get the live phone support. And then I was this far from doing it. Then they said, well, if you want the 4K, that's another $29. And if you want this, I mean, I would have been paying about $3 plus and change a month. So then I came across Ecamm. And it was, if you have a Apple computer, Ecamm is what gets you to that level. It's the letter E, CAMM, and these are a group of guys. I think they're out of Canada. They're the developers. And so I locked in at a yearly rate. I forgot what it costs monthly, but I think we paid for it for the year. If it's one of those, we may have paid for the year along with the 800 number. And then, so that's my software. You're purchasing the software license. They won't let you own it. You have to buy it monthly, the use of it monthly, unlimited. And they're constantly improving it, which is what I like. And I've actually have spoken to the developers, and I let them know what my concern was, is that you're going to change. They said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to remain small because we want to take over the market. So, and they have the infrastructure there because it's basically software, and it's not a website, it's software. So they're constantly developing the software. They do a lot of updates, and that's, you have to make sure you got updates in the latest version because they're constantly improving, but it's software. And they educated me. They said, listen, software is a level 3 that's loaded on your computer and you're going live. Level 2 is when you're going through a website from your computer. But because you're going from software on your computer, that's a level 3. And if you get a professional microphone and a camera, that makes you level 4. So right now we are a level 4 streamer. I'm not using this microphone, but here's one of my microphones right here. I'm not using that microphone right now, but I'm able to use a microphone. I have a professional camera, and that's what makes us level 4. But I'm using level 4 with software, which is level 3, and I'm streaming through a level 2. So it's kind of complicated why I have to do it that way, because a level 2 doesn't allow software. Using software, I could do things like commercials. And let me just show you one of the commercials. We'll just do it. All right, so that was the software we have that has items in order, and they play them one after the other. That's what this software allows you to do. So I could play music, I can do commercials, and that's what Ecamm through Apple allows you to do. because it's software that's actually on the computer, and then you set up your shows, you set up your scenes. So that's what we're able to do with that. But a lot of ministries, I didn't know this. I had no idea. I'm self-taught in this because I made a lot of mistakes. And so the developer of Ecamm, in conversating with him, he gave me a quick education. He says, listen, I want you to go to our tutorial pages. There's 10, 15-minute videos, learn them, and you can become self-taught. And then they have an academy that costs, it's a few $100s, but you go through it for a week on the internet, and it's live. You're in a classroom and it's live, and they show you the software, how to use it, how to operate it. They teach you about live streaming. And so I had to do that very quick because I knew that there was going to be a short learning curve in coming out in a professional manner. I knew I had to do that. Then I learned a lot there. I learned that lighting is important. I have lighting here. I've got lighting there. I have a studio. You know what I want to do? I'm looking for my, it's in the other room. I was going to show you all a picture of the studio because I don't have a camera to show you what's in front of me, but it's a studio. It's a studio. And so, I'm able to move the equipment around any place. I can take it mobile. I can do it anything, but I'm using like 3 big computer screens. These monitors are like 30-inch monitors. And because I have to see software, I have to see Bible, I have to see all of that so that when I'm doing it, I can do it. So that's why I'm able to give you the professionalism that we're able to give. It's because of that. And then again, having an 800 number where people can call and those are, I think right now we're paying for an 800 number. We're paying for Zoom, StreamYard, Ecamm. There is a commercial production software licensing that we pay for. So in other words, because we do intros and outros, nobody will let you can't pay. There's a company called Fiverr that you can pay them to do it for you, but what they would charge you for 1 or 2, you might as well just buy the software or the monthly subscription and learn to do it yourself. And so I do that. I made one for, I'm going to make one for Brother Azza as soon as he gives me some information on that. I did one for 2 of the brothers up there at the Israel of God. I'll show you what they look like because I play them all the time. But I told Brother Azza, he says, man, this is what how do I do this and do that? I said, man, send me what I need. And they're only going to be like, maybe a couple of minutes. But because he's a musician, he's looking for his intros to be a production. And that's why I know what he's looking for. Like this is just a small commercial that we can make. So I'm giving y'all a little quick behind the scenes here. So all of that, those subscriptions and licenses, and then there's something called CCLI. That is a license that every, and you're going to need to get that too, Brother Azza. CCLI, that's what it's called. CCLI is a license that you pay for. You can either pay for it by the year or by the month, but it's a license in order to play music on your channel without getting a copyright violation. Okay, so that cost. So, and I pay for two of them because there's one has more songs than the other one. So, if you play just like now, I'm playing music in the background. Um, to even play that music, that is instrumentals. There's a license in order to do it the right way that you're supposed to have. Or I can play, let me see what other music that we have. Like this music. That's just music just to have that I haven't quite used it yet, but it's music that you have to have when you're streaming. You just you got to have it. And in order to use it, there is a license fee, or else YouTube, especially Facebook, will throw you off. And Facebook keeps, they don't care. You can pay for the license. Unless you have direct rights to it, they're going to cut it off. They will mute it. They won't take off your video, but what they will do is just mute it out until they can verify it. How they do it, I don't know. But they still do it to me. And most of the music video, not most, all of the music videos that I play, I have direct permission from the artists themselves to do this. And what's happening now is a lot of artists will reach out and say, "Hey, can you play my music on your channel, my video?" And some of the music and some of the songs are not spiritual, so I don't play them. But they do ask for permission. Brother Azza says he made one, and he also says he only plays his own music, and that's where he's gifted to do that. So he doesn't have to pay a license. He makes his own music from his own studio, and so he plays his own stuff, and so he's producing. He is the sole producer of his show, and unless you have that talent and you have that gift or somebody that can do it, you better pay for those licenses. If you don't, they will kick you right off of YouTube. And I got one strike. I got a strike a few months ago, and I had reached out to the wrong musician, or it could have been my fault, who said, "Yeah, you can play my music." And when I went to go play this music, boom, YouTube says that's strike number one. And if you get two more within a 6 month or a year, your channel goes off, and you got to start all back over. Isn't that something? So I said, okay, let me go pay for this license. You can pay for it monthly, or you can pay for it one shot. Some things I can't pay for it all at one shot, so we pay for it monthly. And that's why, like I said, when you all pray for this social media channel, or you are giving, I thank you, because you make it possible. So getting back to what ministries, or what we were talking about today, a lot of ministries are not used to going online. They don't have the equipment. They're doing it from a phone. A friend of mine, again, he says, I got to get that Zoom. I'm going live on Facebook. And right now he was using his phone, but now he's using the iPad. So he went out and spent money on this big, nice iPad that costs several $100. And I said, why didn't you tell me, man? You didn't need that. You didn't need that. What you need is lighting, and you need a regular camera with a capture card. And that camera you could have changed it into a video camera, just a regular camera, a camera you take pictures with. A lot of them have a video camera, your nice ones. And he had one. He said, man, really? I said, yeah. I said, but now you need a capture card. How much is that? That's $200. But you wouldn't have had to spend $800 on an iPad to go live, and you don't have the lighting. So you could have bought the lighting for about $400, and you could have bought a capture card, and you would have had a better video. Oh man. So I tell people that I help, before you spend a dime, give me a call. There's a lady over in London, Media Network. She has a show on there, CJ Rose show, and I'm going to be helping her get her stuff going from her own channel. And I says, before you do anything, the first thing you need to do is get you an Apple computer. And she says, Pastor, wow, my son made me go buy an Apple Mac Pro. I wouldn't do it. I told him, I'm not buying an Apple. I'm not buying an Apple. And I said, that's the best thing your son did for you, is make you, I think he went and got it for her, is to make you get that Apple Mac Pro. Now we're going to get you the software and the lighting and the camera, and we're going to jump you right up to a level 4 streamer, which is a professional grade, and you don't have to get all of that other stuff. So yeah, I tell you, I got people here, like I said, Brother Azza, he's running his own show. He can tell you it is very, very expensive. I don't know what you spent so far, Brother Azza. If musicians know what to do, they have a concept, because they are already using computers to lay tracks. So they have a pretty good idea of what to do. They just need to switch what they're producing, and they can really get it. And a couple of courses, like I said, I took that week. Well, it's not a week. Every night, I'm taking a course or a refresher course. Literally, I'm listening to a 10 to 30-minute video, sometimes 1 and 2 a night. I go back and refresh myself so that I can learn, and it becomes a part of naturally what I do. So I didn't even know. I had to do my own troubleshooting last night, but I knew where to look, because I have educated myself on this streaming format system. And again, I have done, I would do whatever I can. My brother up in West Palm Beach, Florida, Pastor Donaldson, he's teaching the Sabbath, he's teaching the truth, but he was just caught. He was just like, man, I'm not in contact with the membership. I've got people who don't know how to stream, older congregants who don't know nothing about YouTube, nothing. And those are your pillars. Those are the ones who are financially keeping the ministry up and going. And a lot of them do know a lot. A lot of the I'm not a young spring bird myself, but I'm not an older person. But there's people in my congregation who are in their 70s, and they are very, very savvy to social media, and it's because we made them. We had sessions to teach them as a ministry. And when we got our phone app, we taught, before COVID even came out, we taught people. We used that in one of our lessons on how to go online, how to stream, because I was teaching Bible study from home. And traffic, I don't know what was going on, the economy, people were shopping. It would take you on a Friday night, when we started Bible study at 8, if you didn't leave your house at 6:30, you would not get to Bible study to 8:30. And I was only staying there maybe an hour, hour and a half, and then you at 8:45, everybody's walking in. They want to stay to 10 o'clock. That was the same thing happening on a Monday night. So what we said, let's go live. Let's let people stay home. And so we started teaching people how to go on YouTube, how to get their phone app, all of that. And we started teaching people. And then we were reluctant because we thought people may not come to the church service. They just, instead of driving, they're going to stay at home. But that did not happen. We found that a lot more people, we were reaching people by going live stream at 1 o'clock every Sabbath. And it was really exposing the ministry. So we had more people coming. But those that were traveling, it was convenient for them to tune in. So when we started teaching a lot of our members how to go online, when they would go home, some of our members are from the island. So when they would go home for a month during certain seasons, they were able to stream live and get us. And they were happy about it because we told them, just go use the internet, setting up YouTube accounts, Facebook accounts, and getting that stream live. And so we were as a congregation, we were way ahead of the ball game. Israel of God, way ahead of the ball game. And what I've learned from the Israel of God was consistency. People want you to stream consistency, and they want you to be timely. And that's what I learned from the Israel of God, on top of the fact that their professional overall streaming was just phenomenal. So when we started to affiliate with the Israel of God, of course, I didn't want to put out a product that was not like what Israel of God was putting out. So we stepped it up 100%. Now there's Brother Julius and some of those in the Israel of God. They said, Pastor, you got to come and teach us. You got to come and show us. I said, no, man, you guys inspired me, but some of the hardware and the software, because I've learned the technology, because I made myself learn it. And I've taken pretty much, when a college course is 32 hours. So I would say I've had about one college course is 30 hours for it in order to graduate. 32 hours to be exact, 32 hours. I would say I have at least 30 courses of under my belt for social media, which comes out to be, you have to go 30 courses, almost 30 times. So each course is 3 hours. That's almost 90 hours or more, 90 hours or more, just learning this stuff. But again, unless you have a funding source such as I have with you all, it won't happen. So that's why when I could not get on last night, I said, I'm going to come on today while my wife and daughter are streaming and doing their work. And I'm going to explain to everybody what happened, because they need to know. They need to know. So thank all of you all for just tuning in. And this is sort of not a lesson. We're going to be on tonight. We will be on tonight and regular time. And so tune in, and we won't have many glitches because I am going to go get a new router. Although it's working now, but I was told, we have a better router for your plan. It's the XB7. So go in and get the XB7, and it has a little bit more power to it, but it's an updated one. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go get it. So I'm going to go get it right now so we can continue to do what we do. Thank you all for what you do and making this possible. As always, I always end out with a playlist, and I'm going to do a playlist So thank all of you all. We're going to be playing some music. Don't forget, if you want the 3 Before Joy CD, that's this one. Where's it at? Right here. If you want a 3 Before Joy CD, just send me an email right here, and I will make sure I get this to you for free. And I played them at the beginning of this. So if you want this, just send me that email and say, Pastor, send me my free CD. Just put down free CD. I will send this to you. I will ship it to you at no cost. They came in and I got provided boxes of these to use. This is their support for the ministry. And so when people come on and they share, I support them, and I did not want to sell these. I wanted to be a blessing. Now, Brother Lorvins came in and brought me this DVD. He brought me a handful of them. So I got like a stack of them like this. This is a double pack. And he gave these to us for free. He saw what we were doing, and he heard that I had ran out, and he came over. He has family here in South Florida. So when he came in town, he showed up and said, hey, I was on last night. You didn't know I was coming today, but I brought you a stack of these. So these, I have enough to give away once a week. Brother Abraham, you should be getting yours in the mail, and Sister Faith and Hope, those went out into the mail yesterday. So you should be receiving them, if not in the mail over the weekend, a little bit after the weekend. You will be getting your, because they won them. And so we do a giveaway once a week on those. But if you want these, that's how that's going to go. So that being said, we're going to get out of here so I can go and pick up this new router that we spend a few $100s a month for that service. It's almost like $250. Some people say, man, you're paying $250 for your internet service. Again, you have to. So if you want to stream, you have to. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go get that. Peace and blessings to all of you all. I'm going to play the song that I played earlier with 3 Before Joy, in case you want to get that. This is not on their DV, but, anyway, we'll play it. And if you shout out to Sister Hadara, shout out to Sister Lisa, out in the West Coast, Lisa Jack. In fact, I'm going to play her music, and then I'm going to play 3 Before Joy. I'm going to have this sister on, Sister Anna Lisa. We're going to have her on soon, and we're going to do an interview of her and bring her on the show. So I'm going to play her and 3 Before Joy, and 3 Before Joy, and then Sister Anna Lisa. And then the program is going to end itself. I'm just going to give it time so I can unhook everything and get it back. Again, if you want that 3 Before Joy, I'm going to leave that up on the screen so you can get that. Peace and blessings. I'll see you all here tonight at 8:30 with our brother JD. Thank you, Brother Azza, for stopping in. Thank you, all of you all. Brother Rodney, all of you all. Sister Marie, everybody. Thank you. Lady J, all of y'all, thank you for dropping in. Sister Nancy, we're going to announce prayer tomorrow, so we'll get that out tonight. Sister Sheila, Sister Linda, all of you all, peace and blessings, and we will talk to you soon.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The barefoot king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Now your faith was strong, but you needed proof when you saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you, and she tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew a hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You're where I go. You're where I go when I don't know what to do or what to do. Can't figure it out. I run to you like I always do. 'Cause you lead me to safety. You're where I go. You're where I go when I don't know what to do. Can't figure it out. I'm running to you like I always do. 'Cause you lead me to safety. You lead me through the windy storm. Guide me when I'm alone. You whisper me right where I was. You brought me to safety. You lead me through the windy. You guide me when I'm alone. You restore me right back to where I was. Oh, you brought always friend. You've been my friend. And you always been. You brought me through. Yeah. I love you. I love to call your name. You've been my friend, and you've always been. You've been my friend, and you've always been. You've been my friend, and you've always been. You brought me through. Always. Never could make it without you. You've been my only. Yes, you are my best.